On Friday, September 30th, silver's price was $19.03, but by yesterday, October 4th, silver was up to $21.02. What in the world happened, and is this rally gonna continue? Hey, what's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. What in the world happened the last couple of days to push silver $2 higher? We're talking about precious metals, not cryptocurrency. So that was a huge rally, but why? I have an article talking about how silver marks the biggest profit since 2008 and why. We know that 2008 was the credit financial crisis, right? Recession slash depression. 3 years later led to $50 silver. So how is this the biggest profit since 2008? What happened? Now, yes, this article was written yesterday, but nothing really happened since yesterday, so it's not like this article is deemed old news. It's still fresh, it's still just as relevant. The link to this article will be in the description. Silver prices rose on Tuesday for the third straight session, hitting 4-week highs as demand strengthens on the white metal. Silver marked the biggest profit since September 2008 yesterday, as most commodities and metals surged as well. There are multiple reasons behind this historic profit for silver that we can condense into two. The first is the collapse in U.S. Treasury yields, and the second is an expected surge in actual demand on the metal in upcoming months. We know there is a direct correlation to silver demand versus the price. If silver demand rises, the price almost identical. And we know over the next 10 years, demand is going to be booming. So what does that say? 1 + 1 = 2. Anyway, silver prices. Silver rose 1.8% on Tuesday to $21.04 an ounce, the highest since June, after spiking 9% on Monday. The second profit in a row, the largest since September 2008. U.S. Treasury yields. U.S. 10-year Treasury yields fell 2.2% today for the second straight session, hitting 2-week lows at 3.564% and boosting non-yielding assets like silver. The U.S. ISM manufacturing PMI tumbled to a 2.25-year low in September, triggering concerns about the health of the economy in the third quarter. But now let's go into actual demand. The Indian government announced a raise in import taxes on platinum from 10.75% to 15.4% in an attempt to achieve equivalency in importing taxes between silver, gold, and platinum. Such restrictions on platinum are expected to boost actual demand on gold and silver, with India considered the world's second largest consumer of both metals. And a lot of it is due to religious uses and jewelry. But regardless, I like how they mention up here actually, there's multiple reasons, and both of these reasons are for completely different, are in completely different categories. You have the monetary side of things, collapse in U.S. Treasury yields, but then you have the industrial side of things, actual demand on the metal in the upcoming months. And that's what I always talk about. Silver is the best of both worlds. Whether you look at it from a monetary perspective, where gold only can benefit from, or the industrial perspective, where silver has a lot more opportunity than gold, it can rally from that. Gold only flourishes when the economy's in bad shape. When the economy's in good shape, when things are kicking up, gold doesn't benefit. Silver still can. So regardless of what's happening in the economy, silver can benefit. Plus, you throw in this industrial aspect of things, especially that's really what I touch upon. And actually, I was on the Rich Dad radio show yesterday, and Robert Kiyosaki was mentioning a lot of the monetary side, that silver's real money, the dollar is worthless, and I was mentioning that is all true, but we have a completely different reason that still makes silver an extremely important investment. Each one of those separately alone could be a reason I could still be sitting here talking about silver's potential and why it's so important, even if there wasn't a shortage. But there also is that on top of the monetary side of things, as silver is real money. So I don't see anything else that makes anywhere near as much sense as silver does. So going back to this chart, this is the 1 week chart. Let's look at the 1 month chart. So it's looking like there was a lot of resistance around $20, but obviously when it breaks above a resistance level, especially for when it's holding for a couple months, it's going to go into overbought territory, and then it's going to come back down a little bit. But is this the top where we're going to see that pullback? We don't know. The next couple of days are going to be extremely telling, but regardless, I don't really take charts that seriously because it's just numbers. Yes, we could look at the patterns historically, yada yada, but we're living in such a crazy time that you have to expect crazy things. You want to talk about crazy silver prices? Well, we're living in crazy times. If you want to talk about, like Robert Kiyosaki said yesterday, triple digit silver, he calls for $100 to $500 silver by the year 2025. And I agree. If you've ever heard my price prediction, I always talk about triple digit silver by the year 2025, 2026. I say we'll be deep enough into the Green New Deal, the silver shortage will be exposed enough not to be swept under the rug. I don't think manipulation will be able to play its role as it is today, where banks are throwing monies into other things, trying to, compress, or kind of suppress silver down lower than it naturally should be, as silver is a direct threat to the US dollar, since when you put your money into silver, you took the control away from them and put it into your own hands. You are in complete control of your money now. You could see how this pattern is all playing out, especially over time, looking at silver's price, but how the bubble is going to burst and why silver's true value will shine. And it's looking like it's just coming sooner and sooner and sooner. It's not an if, but just a when. And I'm so glad that other people are starting to realize that silver can take on a life of its own, and it's starting to. Gold used to be called silver's big brother, right? Silver was gold's little cousin. Silver was the underdog. It was the metal that people just kind of thought was for poor people, poor man's gold, the rebellious metal, the devil's metal. But now people are starting to see that, silver is the new gold. Silver is starting to outshine gold, outperform it. And when you look at the gold to silver ratio, that is the most blatantly obvious evidence possible. The gold to silver ratio is sitting at what, like 88 to 1? When it comes out of the ground, 7 to 1. And when you look at the reality of that ounce of gold getting dug up out of the ground compared to those 7 ounces, it's even lower, because that ounce of gold that gets dug up out of the ground is going to stay in circulation for a century, since that ounce of gold is going to be turned into coins and necklaces and jewelry. And that coin, necklace, that jewelry gets melted down into more coins and bars and necklaces and jewelry, because that's mainly what gold is used for. It's a monetary metal. It sits around. It's used because it's shiny. Silver, though, that 7 ounces of silver that gets dug up out of the ground next to that 1 ounce of gold, that silver's thrown away within a couple of decades, because it's going to be put into solar panels, EVs, stuff like that. 5G towers, since silver's an industrial metal. And that gets thrown away, especially with solar panels' half-lives so small. It gets thrown away in landfills, never to be recycled or recovered or reused, like gold is. And silver's a byproduct. It's found by accident. They're looking for gold, lead, and zinc. If they find silver, they'll take it. So if you consider the 7 to 1 ratio coming out of the Earth's crust with those other variables, silver is actually extremely scarce and extremely rare, especially since there's already a shortage. I mean, talk about opportunity. Talk about silver's natural price starting to outshine and take on a life of its own. Like I said, it's not an if, but a when. When do I think? I think in a couple of years. Some people say a lot sooner. A lot sooner. How much sooner? Some say 6 months. Some say a year. Some say 2 years. I don't want to mislead my audience. I don't want to give you false expectations, or unrealistic, that's the better word, unrealistic expectations, where you think that silver is going to explode tomorrow, so you're spending 75% of your paycheck selling things all because you think that silver's about to explode, right? You're about to miss the boat. I've been stacking since 2015, and people have been saying that. And I believed it when I first started. I was spending in my entire paycheck. This is 2015 because I'm thinking, oh man, silver's about to explode tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to get it at $20 anymore. I got to hurry up, buy it, buy it. And then as the years went on, I'm like, wait, it's still affordable. And I'm sitting here, barely being able to afford my rent or something because I'm spending it all on silver. It was misleading. And yes, today more than ever that could be true, but I just want people to know that when you listen to the people that are hyping and overhyping it up or something, just be careful because I'm not talking about triple digit silver for 3 more years. And I'm trying to be realistic with you guys. There is a lot of people that are going to say, $500 silver buy in the next couple of months. People that's dangerous. That's extremely dangerous. Yes, who knows? It could happen, but the likelihood of it is extremely low, and I want to be realistic with you all. If it did hit $100 in 6 months, it would crash very fast afterwards. That's extreme overbought territory, and it would have to come crashing down. It would have to. It's actually healthy for it to. For silver to go higher, it actually has to go lower. I know that sounds contradicting, but it's true. If it just went up, 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 there is no price stability in the middle, so it would just go down, down, down once the top is built. It has to go up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little higher, down a little bit, up a little higher, down a little bit. It has to build stability at $30, build price stability at $40. It's not just going to go from 20 to 200. That's not realistic. Just like Bitcoin in 2017, it went from like $1,800 to $18,000 within like 6 months. That's why it crashed and took 3 to 4 years to catch back up because that was extreme overbought territory and there was no time in between for the price to build stability. So, I just want you guys to understand that I want you guys to have a realistic idea of when we talk about higher silver prices, it's not going to happen overnight. You still have time. You still have time to accumulate silver at $20. Not much time, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. So, anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just from my experience of always watching videos over the last 5, 6 years that silver's about to explode tomorrow, to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And that's actually been more detrimental to me than beneficial because I have this unrealistic expectation of what's happening. And I'm investing very impulsively and I don't know. I learned to just be more calm nowadays. If I can't buy silver for a couple of months, I'm okay with that. Before, I would be freaking out because I'm like, in a couple of months, silver's going to be $100. But nowadays, I know that's just not how the markets work. But some people will portray it like that, and it's dangerous. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about that end part, what I was just saying about all that. Maybe, I mean, like I said, today more than ever, maybe I could be wrong, but I still personally don't think it's going to be, as dramatic and as soon as some people are mentioning or portraying it will. So yeah, link to this article will be in the description. If you want to buy silver, I got the best place for you all. I got the best place. It's actually one of the only few authorized dealers for the U.S. Mint, which they could still purchase through the U.S. Mint, still work with the U.S. Mint. Nobody else can anymore. U.S. Mint cut off everyone except only a few authorized dealers, and I can offer you an opportunity to build a business relationship, a personal relationship with this authorized dealer, Miles Franklin. They are the best company, the best precious metal company out there. They've never had a negative complaint in over 45 years. Andy Schechtman's the CEO. Not only is building a relationship with them a very, very important thing, or it could be extremely beneficial because they can access silver that a lot of people can't. Even Robert Kiyosaki was saying, hey, my silver dealer I've had for decades, he can't find silver anymore. But guess what? Andy Schechtman can. He just filled a $50 million order $50 million, 900,000 eagles. He pulled that off in 2 days. Nobody else on this earth could have pulled that off. That company can offer you a lot of beneficial opportunity. Plus, they will match any price. You literally cannot buy silver from a place lower than them, because if it is lower, they will match it. And you could buy $20 worth. Some people think you have to spend at least $10,000 or something. No, you could buy $50 worth of silver from them. I don't recommend that, but you could. You could buy, $200 worth if you want. There is no limit. There's no minimum. So I hope you guys also understand that as well, as you could treat it just like you buy from anywhere else. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.